What's going on,
everyone.
everybody? Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, toy friends. How we going? How are you, boys?
Very
Good,
good.
mate.
Doing good.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Excited
hanging out
to-
on Monday.
Excited to join you for a chimwag.
Yeah, you haven't said that in a long time.
Chimwag.
Yeah, used to say it a lot.
Bring it back.
So I just thought we'd get together Monday night, have a little toy talk, have a little fun, show some things that we love to do. But yeah, welcome people in the chat. A few people there. Johnny, I think he's been there for about half an hour. So I don't know if he's
Patient.
still there, but how are you,
G'day,
buddy?
Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
You guys doing?
Monique, who was
Monique,
just
Monique.
here.
Hey, Monique.
And Maddie's here, of course. How are you, Matt?
Hey,
I
Matt.
thought Matt was playing tennis.
Yeah, I thought he was in
tomorrow
tennis.
night.
Oh, that's tomorrow night.
Yeah. We'll have to give a shout out to those boys. I forgot the name of it, but if you're into Joe's. Jules here. Hello, Jewel.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, Joe.
How we going?
Ollie.
And I made this, Ollie.
G'day, Ollie.
Just before I have to go to lunch. Bloody Aussies. Sorry, mate. We're changing the times up a little bit. I thought we'd do ours at 8:30, and when we do our mutagens, it's at 9. So it is moved around. But as I said, Monday night for us here, Aussie boys, and just wanted to talk toys, hang out, and have a bit of fun. So Scree's here. Michael, how are you going, buddy?
Doing good. I'm excited to talk toys. It's been a while, so I'm excited.
That's me.
Yeah.
And Dan's here. How are you, mate?
Hey, good, man. Good. Excited to talk toys.
I'm loving these shirts. Everyone.
I know, hey, Retro Cartel.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sick.
Shout out.
I actually do like Dan's one. It actually looks sick. Yeah, that's actually
That's
Got another
awesome.
2 more. But yeah, they're not Lebanese.
Yeah, no, I like
tennis.
I like
Tennis,
Screes
that's
as
nice.
well.
Yeah, Scree's
It's got, like,
turtle
the-
shirt's sick.
The big back.
Although
Ooh,
Although-
that back's
that shirt, doesn't that have Shredder from the first film and but Toka and Razar from Secret of the Ooze?
Yeah, it
Sure.
does. It does.
Oh, no, but it's a sick piece of artwork, but
Yeah, like it works
Either
well though.
way,
It works
you're right.
well.
yeah, it looks mad.
And Scotty, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
That's it. Like I
Yeah.
said, we've got some pickups, but Scree was meant to join us for our Collecticon video we did a week or so ago. He wasn't able to at the time, so just thought let's start with that. Michael, how was your Collecticon Newcastle experience, buddy? I know you were there very
Yeah,
early.
I was there very early. I think 6 o'clock I got there. I helped Brendan from BF Displays set up. So it was actually pretty cool to see a Collecticon getting set up, not just like open and everyone there. So I had a quick sneaky look around. I had to. I was
Did
like,
you get
"Oh,
a
I'm gonna
discount? Did you get a discount?
Discounted ticket.
discount ticket." Yeah. Technically, I could have, but I already bought my early bird before that. So I was like, it's okay. I already got the early bird. I'll keep my early
Beautiful.
bird one. So
I think
she
Johnny
went back in line. So yeah.
How are you, Johnny? I said hi earlier, but I'm not sure if you're still there.
Me.
So, yeah, as you were saying, you got to see it from that perspective. I'd love to go
Yeah.
in and see that and sort of like even film that for video, just sort of like on a what do they call it?
Time lapse.
Time lapse, something like that. Where
Yeah.
you can set up and let it go and just watch the place build and watch all the people come in. I think that'd be amazing.
It would have been actually would have been a little bit more crazy this time around because Tony from Uncle T's Toys was saying they had to set up the morning before, like on that morning instead of the night before.
Yeah.
So it's actually like what I saw was like pure chaos. Everyone just running back and forward, setting up. I can imagine like say like Sydney would be a little bit more relaxed because they're setting up the night before. So yeah, it was kind of like I saw a different side of everyone sort of running around and helping each other, which was pretty cool. So yeah.
Hey, Andrew, how are you, buddy?
G'day,
Hey,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
I guess
That's
that's
fine.
why. I guess that's why it started at 10 o'clock. Just pushed it back
Mm.
that little bit more.
Yeah.
Gives them a bit more time because, as you
Yeah.
said, a lot of the vendors set up the night before, and they just, it's all ready to roll.
Well, you see some of the stores, like the
Yeah.
setups they have, they're like massive, and it's like you think they're gonna
Hey,
pop that
Nick.
up really quickly and go for it. So yeah.
Hey, Nick.
Hey Nick.
Tony had like 2 vans full of stuff too. He actually hired a van and he had his personal wife's people mover sort of thing. It was just chockers.
Well, it was
So
local. It was local
he
for
had
Tony.
so much to bring in.
Mm.
But, yeah.
So how long did you stay there for, Screw?
I'm pretty sure. No, I'm pretty sure I left like pretty much after you guys did.
Okay.
Like I said goodbye to you. I think I did one more lap, and it was way too crowded. And I was like, no, I can't do another lap. I'm out. So I think it was like 10, 15 minutes after you guys. Well, I think it was like, I'm not sure what time that was. Like 12 o'clock, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was just after lunchtime. So.
Yeah. But like you said, like the line was massive from like the 12 o'clock one. I was like, You felt bad like walking in and then walking straight back out because you're just like, I got a wristband, see you later, and then walk straight in. It's like, oh, I feel
for us. We were walking out. I had a pram just like stacked with all these boys walking out past people that are just getting there to go in. So just say hi to Richard. Thanks, mate. First
G'day,
time.
Hey, Richard.
Yep. Aussie Talking Toys. Yeehaws here in the house.
Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of everyone else saying hi to each other. But yeah, so you think you'll be down for September?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'll be there.
You're hooked.
Yeah.
Hooked now.
I'm more hooked on the catch up, like chilling out with you guys and just chilling out, like more than spending. So I'm like, I like the vibe of it. It's pretty cool.
See, I'm stuck in 2 frames of mind because I want to be their early bird to scoop up a good deal or find something for the collection. But I also want to be there at the end of the day when you hear that they're just flogging off everything really cheap because they don't want to take it back with them.
Yeah.
Like
I've never been around late enough.
And I've never stayed for the whole day. Like, what was it finish about 2 o'clock? So we're usually like done.
See,
do they actually do that? But still.
I hope so. Well, with all those Star Wars figures I bought up at Newcastle, he did say, and that's why he gave me a good price on them because he said, I don't want to take them all back to Sydney. So go nuts.
But for the Penrith event, like obviously for you boys, like that's pretty close to where you live. Like have you ever thought about just like going early bird, doing the normal thing, going home, and then like for the last hour of the show, just like head back over and just do one more lap and see what kind of like. Have you? Definitely. Oh, you've done it, or you've thought about it?
No, I've never done it, but I've thought about it heaps of times because literally we're like 5 minutes away, not even that.
Yeah.
You know, I can walk there in that time almost.
I get home.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I've never done it because by that time I've blown all my dollars.
That's a fair point, and I don't know about you guys, like between the anticipation and the hype, and you're there early, and for me, like Penrith, honestly. For me, driving to Penrith or driving to Newcastle is like not that much different. I mean, obviously Newcastle's like an extra 45 minutes or something, but the show started later. So for me leaving, it's roughly the same time. But by the time I kind of get there for early bird and film and hang out and do 12 laps, and then we have lunch and we're all chatting, like, I don't know about you guys. I do. And then I got to think about coming home and I film the rest of the video or something. Like I do get a little bit toyed out to the point where I'll be sitting on the couch watching some sport. I don't know if I'd want to go back at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such an intense day.
Yeah. We normally come back to my house or something because my dad will come with me and we'll just go through everything we got. By that, it's 3-4 o'clock. The con will be over. But back to Dan's point, my con sort of finishes when my wallet gets emptied.
That's a fair
or everyone's come on.
The last couple I've come home with a bit of cash in my wallet, which I got mixed feelings about, you know?
Yeah. Well, I was very close to that before that Star Wars popped out.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking forward to like that Collect Fest because I go to PAX every year, which is like a massive 3-day convention. And you always stay at a hotel, which is pretty close. So you can go home. Like Scott said, go home for a couple of hours, rest up, go back. You're refreshed. You got bright eyes again. You want to do it again. So I'm kind of like interested to see how this like Collect Fest goes because it's like a 2-day event. So it'd be the same thing. You go for a few hours, go have lunch, go chill out.
So,
I can't do 2 days.
Can you tell us a little? Like, can you tell us about like maybe for those watching? Obviously, listen, we've been going to Collecticon for years. We talk about it in a lot of our streams. Collect Fest being a newer event, I know very little about it. I'm sure some of the people watching along know very little about it. And the fact that it's in Sydney and Melbourne as well. It's probably a potential for a lot of people watching. What can you tell us about it, Screed, just a little bit? Because I feel like you're a little bit more clued up on it than me.
So what I've like gathered from it, it's going to be like an event mixed together, like a gaming event with gaming events, or like, you know, like the showcases the new games and technology. Goes for a couple of days. So they're doing that with like a toy fair. So they're going to have like panels, they're going to have like exhibitions, all kind of stuff to showcase new things and exciting. So I guess with like panels, I think one of the guys are talking about going to talk about cases and things like that, or I think they're looking for panelists to do certain topics like how to look after toys or how to clean toys, or because it's such a variety. Yeah, because it's such a variety of stuff. You got like sneakers, cards. Yeah. So they get all those experts to say, hey, this is how you look after them, or this is how you collect them. So it's going to kind of be like that. So they're going to jam it in. Instead of just doing one big day, spreading over two is a pretty smart idea. Because like you can have the first day is just full collecting, looking through. And then the second day could be like the whole, all right, I'm going to check out a couple panels. I'm going to check out a couple of exhibitions. I'm not going to just go around collecting toys. It's going to be seeing what's out, seeing what's exciting. So interesting to see what they bring to it, because it is only new. It's their first time next year.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting thought though. Like I said, I probably should have done a bit of research before jumping on here. But you know, when you think about Collect Fest, I'm sure there's going to be like vinyl and stuff like that, and as you said, sneakers, and you know, it's probably going to cast the net pretty wide as far as the sellers, as far as like the panels and that sort of stuff. Are you going to do 2 days and get because I'm assuming it's in town?
Yes, it's in Sydney. So I'm going to do 2 days. I'm going to do 2 days. Yeah.
And you'll get a hotel somewhere in the city or somewhere, or an Airbnb or something.
Nearby. Yeah, something like that. Some cheap hotel or something, just to make a day out of it, or a weekend out of it. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I was reading just in relation to trading cards that they had that many store holders sending applications to sell trading cards, that they're making one haul, just cards, and it was going to be the biggest haul selling cards that Australia's had ever. But yeah, like you said, comics, sneakers, toys, panels, like
pretty much anything you can think of that you collect is going to be there. Yeah,
sounds like it's going to be massive. Just on that, Richard,
tickets aren't bad either.
Richard's talking about, have we ever done a stall at Collecticon, get rid of extra stuff? Now, look, I can say that Scotty and I have talked about, hypothetically, what could we do just to offload some stuff, get in a bit earlier, and get that.
I'm down for it. Like, I don't have enough. So I went through a period where I just didn't sell any of my spares, and I just kept having to buy more tubs. Over the past 6 months, I've sold a lot of my doubles, just bit by bit, listing them on eBay and just moving them along, because I had time on my hands. Obviously, I was between jobs. I had time on my hands, and you know, with cons coming up, and there's always stuff I want to buy to add to my collection. I thought, you know what, let me move some of this stuff on, you know, and put it back into the collection. So right now, I probably at most have like one big tub of spares if I was to condense everything. But you know, if we got a couple of us, I mean, look, when you get a stall at Collecticon, I don't know how many tickets you have. If it's only one ticket per stall or whatever, then it'd be a different story. But if it's 2 or 3 tickets a stall, I'd definitely go Harvey's in a stall, move some stuff on, and plus I move some stuff on, get in there early and have that early peak. But I also think it would be kind of fun. Like, it would be, you know, Collecticon for me is as much about the experience as it is about what I bring home. Especially, and look, I don't mind talking about this a bit more, but the longer I collect, the more in weird directions I go with my collection. I find myself drawn to more obscure things than ever before. You know, I can tell you about some of the purchases I made over the weekend, which unfortunately I don't have yet. But, you know, so what that means is, it means that I'm finding less at Collecticon, which means that it's, you know, it's as much of an experience as it is about the stuff. So for the experience and just to see it from a different perspective, I would definitely be interested to go Harvey's in a stall or Thirds in a stall. I just don't have enough to make a big one myself, you know?
Yeah, that's it. I have the same issue where I'll sell a little bit off eBay and things like that, but it's hard for me to let go. I've got a tub full of double turtles, and I'm just like, no, not yet. I'm not ready.
Oh, really? Even doubles you can't let go of?
Yeah, well, I just think to myself, maybe the little guy could play with them. I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, that's mate, that's
I
a
just- I'm-
noble way to look at it for sure.
Definite two minds. We'll just say hello to a couple of people. So, Shano, thanks for
G'day,
Yo,
joining.
Shano,
Maddie, how are you, bud?
Maddie.
Yeah, Matty.
And 80s kid to the max. How are you, buddy? Thank you for joining
Yeah,
in.
Eddie's kid to the max. I see Eddie's kid to the max in a lot of comment sections. So shout out.
Nice. But Monique's just saying the early bird tickets for Collector Fest were today. So
Released today, yeah.
yeah, I haven't looked into that yet, and I wonder how many early birds like that place it's at. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's like the ISC.
ICC.
Yeah.
It's huge. Like it's massive.
Crazy. Early birds a year before.
Yeah.
Then, like,
Anticipation, mate.
Well, that's like PAX,
It's
the
fun
big
when something
convention I
starts
did at
out
the end of the year. They do about 9 months before, just get the numbers to see where like people are at. So that's where they're sort of seeing
I
who's
must admit,
interested.
the prices are a lot cheaper than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be knocking around 50
Yeah.
a ticket. But I suppose early bird at 30, it could.
It's not
For a day
bad.
pass, yeah. The VIP, you get like some goodies with it though. You get like an exclusive like T-shirt, some merch. You get like, I think it's like you get to go around a bit earlier than actual early bird. Like it's like a
Oh, yeah.
10, 15 minutes as well. So it's like an extra.
Do we
Well,
know?
for
Where, do we know where Collector Fest? Like, is it an American branch that's reached out, or is it just a pure Aussie creation?
Not too
Yeah.
sure. Like, I know the like the directors of it. They are Australian because they do get on social media a bit. They are Australian, but I'm not sure if they're from like a different entity. That's from overseas or because I think there is a Collect Fest in America as well. There is a Collect Fest, so it could be something off from that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, will help us out, Scotty, and of course the 80s for all the modern stuff.
It'll be interesting what they
Yeah.
price their vendors tables at too,
I-
because like Supernova is extremely expensive for the
Yeah.
vendors.
Shadow's just
That's a good point. Yeah, I
giving
mean,
them
like,
a plug.
It's like I knew a guy had like 3 tables there, and it was like $4.5 grand for the weekend. But like, you do turn over bigger numbers in sales.
I don't know if it's secret or not. So I'll tell you after the stream because I know how much it is for one table for the Collect Fest for 2 days. So I won't say just because I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like public news how much these stores are. So
Yeah.
How many fingers?
yeah. It's actually not that bad. It's kind of close to what CollectorCon is. That's why they were quite
okay.
surprised.
Electricon's cheap, man.
That's
Yeah,
so that's why they were quite surprised. I
Very
think they
fair
wanted to get
price.
vendors in to like get it going. So maybe this first sort of year of it, maybe to get the vendors to come in and sort of just sweeten the deal with a cheaper price.
To rent out the ICC would be
Not
a
true.
lot point.
At
might be
all.
super
Yeah.
expensive.
And for 2 days as well.
Hi, mate. How are you, buddy?
G'day, Sci-Fi. Hope you're well,
Yo,
buddy.
Suffolk.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Collector Fest. I think it's going to be a big one for Australia. Hopefully, it's in our ballpark. I've noticed, like Scree, you said they've been liking a lot of my Instagram stuff, so they're definitely active on the socials, even a year out. So, which is pretty cool. It's pretty
Well,
cool.
I think they're also like going to like the content side of collecting as well, not just like the CollectorCon for collecting. They're going to like the content side too. So like like yourselves who do the YouTube channels, who do like the reviews and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to see. That's why they got the media pass as well coming up. So
yes,
that's pretty cool.
Get Dino on a panel.
If you're listening.
Yeah, all 3 of you guys on a panel. The Mutants on a panel.
I ain't getting on there.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's
I don't even know if I'll go yet.
it's live. It's just a live stream live.
Exactly.
I know. I reckon.
But
I'd
as
do
soon
the
as
one
you're on a panel, there's a certain level of like authority that comes with that, and I don't see myself in that way. So, you know what I mean? It's
table.
we're just having, like I don't know, like to me, like making YouTube videos or doing a live stream, like I kind of feel like you and the audience is just kind of in equal footing. Like it's a community,
Yeah.
whereas like sitting up
Yeah.
on a panel just doesn't feel like me. You know what I mean? It just,
My biggest fear is
Would you do the
organizing a
2
panel,
days,
no one
Scotty?
showing up.
yeah, that'd be a bit rough too.
Yeah. Would you do the 2 days, Scott? If
You know
went to
what? I don't know, but look, Probably not.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm centrally located. Like I'm 8Ks out from the city. It's an easy bus ride for me to just hop into town.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if there would be. It depends. I mean, I could see myself doing a day there for sure. Like it just depends if there's panels that interest me, because I wouldn't want to rely on 2 days of toy hunting, because I could imagine there being a lot more, like a lot less vintage toys. I can imagine it being a lot more modern stuff, a lot of pops, a lot of cards, a lot of gaming and that sort of stuff, which is awesome. It's just not really my thing necessarily. So
It's the first one as well. Like if it does tick the boxes and you spend a whole day there, if it's coming back next year,
Fully.
you know what you're doing. Sure, we're all staying at Scotty's house. We'll stay at Scotty's house the night before.
Yeah.
Quick bus trip. Yeah.
Sleepover. Let's go.
We'll have a Star Wars movie marathon, eh?
Now we're talking.
So, interesting one here, and we'll talk about it, because what would you guys do if you stripped your room, just like Ollie's done, and you just boxed everything up? Like, I've contemplated it, just thinking, how do if I move?
What would I keep, or
well, would it all be going back up in a different location, or would you be just packing it away, going, I have that?
Oh no, I mean, like I've thought of, like there could be things that I could do, like the VHS do a bit less for me than it used to, so like maybe that could go. But I don't know. I like there's toy lines that I've got on display behind me that don't resonate with me as much as others. Like we were talking about selling stuff before, and Street Sharks don't do that much for me. But when I started collecting, I was picking up everything, and you could get Street Sharks for like $5-10 a piece when I started collecting. So I was just grabbing everything. So I've thought about, like, Street Sharks are so big that they take up quite a big shelf in my collection room. So I thought, maybe I turf them or move them to a smaller Detolf shelf and just keep the handful that I like most. So there's definitely changes that I can make to my collection room where I strip some things out and make space for the things that mean more to me. But I don't have any major need to like strip it all out and start again or anything like that. There's a lot that I want to do. I'm desperate for lighting back here, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
I'll just chuck in that I'd probably have massive regret. Like, if I sold off a line, I reckon in a year or two I'd be like, crap, I want that line back. And so I don't know, but I've thought about, like, if we moved house and I got a bigger space to display the stuff, like just packing it away, mind-boggling.
I feel like if you get to the point where you are just packing it away for packing it away, that's where you've lost that connection. So I think selling off would be a little bit easier than actually like going, oh, I need more room. What can I sell? Do you know what I mean? Because you still got the connection, what you're displaying. So it's kind of like, you've had to pack it away just because you've kind of like, I'm over it. That might be a little bit more easier to let go than actually just trying to find room. Because when I done my shelves, I unpacked all my tubs, and it was like the best thing in the world. It was like Christmas, because I forgot I had things that I bought, and I was like, wait, when did I get this? And I'm like, more content. So I was like, yes. But so
that's it. I'm actually doing the opposite. I'm digging stuff out. So I'm setting the room up for what will be the first room tour video on my channel. There's one on Scott's if you want to go back a couple of years, which look totally different already. But I'm digging out my Star Wars figures. So I'm taking them all out, getting them all out, trying to put them on display. It's just tub. And I'm just like, fuck's sake. Pardon the French.
With my collection, like we've only got 5 cabinets, this big one too, but I've got one more Detolf, and what I was thinking about doing with that one was putting it up and then just rotating it, using that as like a monthly rotation, putting a different set of things in there. Like obviously the turtles are going to stay. That shit ain't getting packed away too soon, But just certain things that are packed away, just put them on that one Detolf and then just rotate it.
Man, I wish people could see your fugglers.
Oh man, I was talking to the missus the other night, right? Because we've got over 100. We got over 100. It literally takes a quarter of a space of a bedroom up. Like it's insane.
They might have just
Handheld.
out of camera. Like they're all up in the top part there. I'm like, oh, I couldn't imagine what like
Mine are gonna
what did
be
you say
on the
like
roof.
80 plus, 100 plus. Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up in the roof.
Guys, I just realized something. Collect Fest is am I a complete fucking
Next year.
imbecile? Collect Fest isn't until next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next
okay.
year.
That's why we were
Alright.
saying early birds are a year out. So early
Okay,
birds
sorry. Sorry.
tickets are on sale today. But
Continue with your conversation because I'm just thinking in my head, hang on, I've got something on that last week of August, and then I'm like, and then I check the dates, I'm like, it's 2025. Sorry.
You got me a bit worried then. I was like, are you going to say, hey, guys, we're not live at all? And I was a bit
No,
We
no,
haven't been recording
yeah,
this.
but there's comments coming through. No, sorry to scare you.
But anyway, let's show some toys, guys. So I'm going to start with Scree because Scree didn't get to show anything from Newcastle Collecticon at all. So we'll start with you, Scree. But Jules said she can't sell anything, and we all know Andrew 100% can't sell anything. So
Andrew still has the first toy he ever bought.
that's
As an adult collector, anyway.
we need a documentary made on Andrew and Matt. That'll be great.
He's going to be getting the garage extended soon. another car spot.
All right, Scree. Show us some beautiful toys, mate. What did you get?
All right, so my collection next to TNT, like my biggest one, is Spawn, and I got this. I'm trying not to glare it too much. It's the Max. I don't know if you guys ever seen this cartoon.
That is the biggest bubble I've ever seen.
Look, it's half. It's the figure's there, and that's just all bubble. So yeah.
So it's hard to work out. Turn it around so we can see the back of it.
I'll show the back. So
yeah,
nice. The camera is.
Oh wow! Look at those.
That corner there. Yeah.
Shit.
I never got into Spawn. I had one figure. I don't know where it came from when I was a kid, but I watched the movie, and it was a bit but didn't know there was a cartoon series. If that's what you said.
Well, this is like a off from Spawn. This is not actually like from Spawn the main story. This is like sort of off like just a separate spin-off, like separate story. I think I was talking to you, Scott, about it.
Spawn a character in it or not?
No. So it's just like the same art style and all that.
What's its name?
It's the Max.
Oh, the Max.
The Max, yeah. I was talking to Scott about it. There was a show on SBS, like early 90s, called Liquid Television. I think someone in chat just said there, the Max and Aeon Flux was the kind of same like MTV kind of like, what would you call like indie kind of cartoons where like there was like 15-minute series. And the Max was on that. It was like sort of dark and sort of really cool. And as soon as our friend Carl from Retro Cartel, he had it there. I'm like, I gotta grab it. But this could be the first figure I actually open up because the purple is like really bright because the bubble's so yellow, it kind of like takes it away from the color. And I really want to display this figure.
I can't believe the bubble's still on. It must weigh like freaky. Like
no, it's actually
you wouldn't be
able
to
the lightest one.
You wouldn't be able to hang it from the peg hook.
No.
Like it'd be too much
just
weight.
bend the cardboard.
Well, that's like majority of the Spawn figures. I kind of like that too. They're massive bubbles.
Yeah, they're
crazy. They're great card arts, but I love how they change. Like, is that the same series? No, that's not.
No, this is a different series. Yeah, I think it's like 8 series. They're all different. Like the top piece.
So is this just a pick up random ones that look cool? Or are we going for a set or a series?
Well, I would love to get a series in this, but at the moment it's just pick up what I can get. Whatever I find on card, I'll pick up. If I don't have it, I'll pick it up. So
I guess, like you said, it's a small sort of series. It would have been pretty limited numbers. Are they hard to find? The max
is So the max. That's why I grabbed. That's why I picked it up. Like because I'm normally sort of like the bubble has to be clear. Like because me on carded figure. Like I love the bubble being clear, but I couldn't say no. It was a freaking awesome figure.
Maddie's open.
But it does have a little crack there, so I'm like, maybe.
Oh, it'll make a good video.
Yeah. True.
Do any of you guys know Peter Chung? who did Avon Flux, did the TMNT animated series intro.
Oh,
that-
okay. Well,
No, I
the
didn't know that.
original
Yeah.
TMNT animated series intro.
I'm
That
not
is a
sure,
beast
but
of an intro.
I think it would be because the Phantom, he did Phantom 2040, and that was the 90s too, wasn't it?
Mm.
Because that was only, was it 80s, the Phantom 2040? I think it was only short lived.
Ollie's always got awesome facts.
Yeah.
That's epic.
There you go.
But one thing I've been curious about, Scree, like obviously, you're big on you pretty well exclusively collect sealed items, sealed in box, sealed in card, sealed on card. I mean, when it comes to like vintage trading cards, you'll rip all them open, which is interesting.
What
But
are you talking
like,
about?
what's that?
Yeah.
He keeps one pack closed.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. One pack always stays closed. That's my
So-
like.
There you go.
He has
that's
moments.
like-
But like obviously you got the SDCC exclusive sketch turtles, which
Yeah.
I saw on your Instagram, like is something is like one of your latest scores that you're just loving at the minute. But like
Yeah.
they don't even have a window. Like that's just a
No.
cardboard box. Like how do you get how does that do it for you? You know what I mean? Like, see, almost
This
to me, if it had a window, you could at least see the toy inside. Or if it was one of those NECA like window boxes that had a flap that opened up, at least you
Yeah.
could see it. Like, doesn't it? Like, don't you just want to see what's inside? Like,
It might be
I do-
broken.
I do-
Oh,
Oh, I do have the temptation. Sometimes I'm like, I need to see what it looks like, but then I'm like, I just can't crack that seal. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just with figures, I can't crack the seal, and it's like,
look, I don't blame you because I can't either when it comes to vintage. Like,
mm,
I'm always of the mindset, like even stuff that's rough that I buy with the intention to open, and the price reflects that. It's still like a mental hurdle I've got to get over. But yeah, modern stuff, I don't like. I can't really speak from experience because modern things don't really appeal to me in the same way that vintage does. But see, with vintage, a big part of it, it's like, well, it survived 30 years. Like, I feel like an asshole if I rip it open now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
cheers, Ollie. Thanks, bud.
laters, Ollie. Thanks for hanging out with us, mate.
See, Ollie.
Yeah,
That's
so
a mentality with a sealed figure that, like, if the card's banged up enough, I get to be that first person that opened it. So, like, it just kind of plays.
do you bang
like
the
that.
card up yourself, Dan? Just to,
Just like
Yeah,
throw
well,
it around.
if it does, if I get it at a good enough price, I need an excuse somehow. So I just give it to the daughter for 10, 15 minutes. She normally says open. She's already opened it, probably. So
Dude,
But,
Sci-Fi loves a bit of Spawn. I don't know, Scree, if you follow Sci-Fi, but I definitely recommend you check out his stuff because he loves a bit of Spawn as well.
Definitely
those
will.
vintage
Sure.
ones have amazing art. Like
Mm.
just the whole figure sculpture is pretty cool.
Like,
Except
I'm
that
with
they don't display well though on the cards. They're top heavy.
It's huge.
yeah.
That's probably why they're hard to find. People don't want to ship that shit from USA.
Exactly.
They're making a fortune.
Dino mentioned that he watched the Spawn movie and was like, it was okay, but maybe not. You think that that was a little bit. My reaction to it was kind of the same. Like I had very little exposure to Spawn, but I watched the actual live action film. Like I don't know, maybe 3 years ago at this point, and I just found it all a little bit weird. Like,
Yeah.
and look, I normally like weird. It just kind of wasn't my kind of weird, but. The creativity of Todd McFarlane in terms of the characters that he's come up with, his art style, and the figures that he's made they're pretty incredible, man. Like you got to give props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the Max is like that too. The Max is like out there. That's like some like weird dream, like trippy stuff out there as well. It's like, where does that come from? You know, like it's really cool. Same with like, I love the art. That's where my passion came from. Spawn was just the comic books and the art, and then going from there. So like I said, I just pick them up now. If I see them on card, I'll pick them straight up. That's like, I'll show these next ones I got. So Dick over at Freaky Dicky Toys,
Oh, freaky
had
dick.
one of these guys.
So is that modern or
No, this is still 96.
wow? That's clean card.
Is that got
Nice.
Todd toys on it, or is it McFarlane?
McFarlane.
Because didn't the early ones say Todd toys on them? Like it wasn't yet called McFarlane.
Not too sure. They might do. I might have to check some out because I got a few back there that I can check out. But yeah, but what I love about Spawn figures though is like they come in variants too. So I had to pick up the different color.
Oh, nice.
So like the two different colors.
I like that one better.
Is that a
Mm.
like a woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a bra on.
Oh, he dropped it.
She's wearing hand
Wow,
bra.
what am I going to show? He'll be back. He'll be back, guys. All right. We'll give him a second.
Beautiful.
But,
Camera. I want to see that movie poster.
oh, my.
That's sick. That is cool. That's Silverstone, wasn't it? Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Can you go spotlight view again so I can see it a bit bigger?
Yep. Hold on.
Sorry, Scree.
Is that a
The only
standee or a
One
poster?
button.
We've moved on.
Standy.
It's a stand.
Oh,
That's sick.
Chris O'Donnell.
So yeah, it's
That's
a movie. It's a movie
it.
stand.
Like from a video store or something?
From like a cinema.
Oh, that's sick.
Sorry for stopping the camera now, Danny.
Yeah. I know, man.
That's it looks cool. That's
Yeah, it
amazing.
looks sick.
You'll show more of that.
Yeah, I picked that up a little while. I just wanted something just to go there because behind there's all the board games, and they just don't.
Yeah.
They just don't fit nicely. So, hey, Scree, welcome back, buddy.
The one button I hit on my keyboard was escape, and I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "Whatever."
Technical
Yeah.
issues.
Technical issues. A lot
Maddie,
of
that was-
that was great. So everyone enjoyed it.
Um,
Plus, they got to see my poster.
yeah, exactly. Good poster though.
So Spawn, heavy on Spawn to start your Newcastle Collecticon. Very nice.
Yeah. So, well, I started Spawn pretty heavily. I didn't collect Spawn at the start when I was doing TNT. I had no Spawn whatsoever.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, he was selling his collection, so I got like a massive chunk to start with. So I thought, you know what? Instead of going to Collecticon kind of blind and not really having anything to collect, I go with Spawn. So just so I can find a few Spawn, and it's all out there still, so it's pretty good. It's not really hard to find.
I've never gone to Collecticon blind.
Well, I did the first one. I didn't know. I went the first one I did. So
I have too many series of figures to hopefully stumble across. But yeah, nice. You got something else?
got one more thing. It's
All right.
it might be a bit hard to show because of the glare, but I'll try and show it. I picked up this.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the glare's kind of a bit crazy.
Rockadon.
Rocky Don, yeah.
Yeah, that's not graded. That's just in a case, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just in a case.
I still need that Punker Don for my rock and roll turtles.
Yeah. I love that.
Cool
that
figure.
series.
It's a cool figure. Yeah, it's a very cool figure. Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
keyboard. It's got some fun accessories. The mohawk's on point.
Yep.
I want the van. You get the van that falls out, so it's a stage.
Yeah, the rock and roll muter bus.
Yeah.
How
Cool.
cool
That'd
is
be
it?
sick. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Love it.
Fancy complete.
Yeah, for sure.
The speakers are just $50
But that
alone.
was the bulk of your Collecticon pickups.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, the Spawn was bulk.
Little
Yeah,
bulk.
the Spawn was bulk. Yeah.
And while you're there, thank you, because Scree, you gifted me a whole bunch of vintage video games and a few newer Xbox 360, Xbox Original, so a couple of new ones for the collection there, buddy. Thank you for that.
Nice. No, all good.
Yeah. And how cool was that? I'll just grab it. Hold on a second. All right. There's no Xbox in here, but this is just. I'll make myself big. So Scree just gifted this to me. So this is a Battlefield 3. It's like one of those special ones, but that's a Claymore and
Yeah.
a bang.
Remember
And
when
what-
they did that?
What it does
Yeah.
is it's a skin that you put on your Xbox 360.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think you can put batteries in it too. It's got a little button you press on the top
Yeah, it
as
does.
well. Makes sense. Makes sound effects. Yeah.
You can like pull the pin on the flashbang. Just a
Nice.
cool piece. So thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Very
Dan,
nice.
what you got any pickups, Dano?
I haven't got a pickup, but I went around my old girls this week and I found probably the only toy that I have from a kid that's like, and I mean like toy as in like a commercial toy, like a Ninja Turtle or something like that, not like a little dinky toy I had as a baby or something like that.
Yeah.
But what it was my Micro Machines.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
That's cool.
The helicopter, the transporter, and yeah, the boxes. It's a little bit. It's still display's
long.
not too bad. You
It's
had
long.
all the different ones you could get, and yeah, so cracked it out, and it's in like perfect condition.
Oh, wow.
Do
Like I
you
didn't even
remember
play
playing
with
with
it as a kid. Oh yeah, I played with it heaps. There's like probably I had another little toolbox one. It folded into a city,
Yeah.
and that one there was a bit of a pain in the ass because every time you had to unfold in that, you have to put all the light posts in and all the little guardrails around the city. So this was the one I really played with as a kid, and it opens up, and you can like store 2 layers of cars in. You got another little front flap that opens up,
Oh, yeah. Shoot one out.
and then the back one, yeah, there you go. And then obviously you can change so you can load the cars and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I don't really collect micro machines anymore, but I can't get rid of it, you know.
But
Just
just
there.
bring that box back up because just those like vintage colors.
The colors, like imagine on the shelf that just
Yeah, I remember
Mhm.
that like red, orange, yellowy against the
you,
blue.
you pretty much see them all line up too. Like I love items
Yeah.
that sit on a shelf and all the colors line up, you know. But yeah.
Look how many
I
there
had
are.
I had that little city there, so that's like a toolbox that folds in. But they had some real cool ones. They had a naval carrier, an airplane, and yeah, that's some cool little kits.
Wow.
Some of those little micro machines, I've got a couple here. That one there is meant to be like a little Shelby 500.
Yeah.
Actually, I sold one recently. It was an FJ Cruiser, and that thing sold for like $30 or something like that, just for a little micro machine, you know.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, they're definitely cool. But I'm not going to go out and start collecting micro machine, that's for sure. But I was just happy to see, you know, the original box.
Yeah.
The
The cars are getting quite expensive. I know when I see it,
they are. Yeah,
Like-
especially the ones that resemble like certain race cars, certain actual models of cars. Like, I was amazed at the licensing they had to do. Well, maybe they didn't. So they did some pretty cool.
I don't think
cars.
they did.
But yeah, I'll show you one more thing.
Yeah,
This
man.
is what my daughter got off little Jerry Boyton, Tony's kid. Look
Yeah.
at this Paw Patrol vehicle. Look how big
Oh,
this
Oh, wow.
like it is insanity. And it, look,
Is
oh man,
is it like a fold out tower or because that's
this
That's
one, this whole tower goes up and the roof goes up with it, and then there's another one she got where there's a bus and it just turns into a full playset. Like it's
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool. You like press a
wow.
button and it just all folds out in a playset. But yeah, I just had to show that thing because like it's a meter long. I'm challenging Andrew now with big vehicles, you know. I've got a fire engine to put out that flag. But yeah, it's insane. But yeah, that's really the only pickup. So
I got to ask Dan, were you an only child? Did you have brother and sisters?
Nah, I'm only a child.
Okay, that explains why your toys are always in good condition. Like I was thinking when I was growing up, I think it was like a week our toys were destroyed. Like we'd throw them at each other, or you know,
100%.
yeah.
Like I said on I think it was Stu's thing he did on me, and I said like if I had people come over, I'd pull out my bootleg shit.
Yeah.
My Mighty Maxes would be going away, and the Galaxy Warriors would be coming out back then.
That's so good.
But, yeah, and they're the only ones that I don't have these days. I've still got the weapons for a lot of those Galaxy Warriors, but I don't have the actual figures and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a cool pickup I got recently. Collected.
Yeah, that's a very cool pickup though.
And this is what ended up making me spend pretty much all my money 2 minutes after going in there, because I got told the night before that these were available, so I just ran for that booth. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love these things. I don't. There's
Man,
much, they take up so much room. If you want them
Oh,
all,
they do.
but
What
they're
year
so-
are they? The Cave Turtles? What year are they? Are they 92 or 3?
I think 3.
93. Yeah, 93.
Okay, so they're after my cutoff, so it's at my discretion then, I suppose. But they are pretty cool. So I'm assuming, was that from Tony's?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you picked that up pretty quick, because I got to Tony's pretty quick, and I only saw
And he had the Leo left.
the Leo with the Triceratops.
Yeah, I only got Raph to finish it off. That, like, I'm not doing April and Bebop. But
No, yeah,
if they come along cheap enough, but they're going too crazy now with the pricing of them.
yeah.
But I had a stupid moment with it because I got the data cards, and I'm looking at them going, why has the back of the data card got no card back? Like they've ripped the cardboard apart. They came in a box. I didn't know. I'm thinking to myself they came on a card back, even though I knew they came in a box. I was just having a stupid moment.
See, so I find
Oh, because later side. So hang on. So what you're saying, Dan, is you couldn't see the card on the reverse side of the file card.
Yeah,
So
so like you've got a card back, and then I turned it over and I could see bare cardboard. I'm like,
yeah,
rip the other side off. And
that's
then I'm
the
like,
interior of
it
the
comes
box.
in the
Yeah,
box. Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes
that's
sense.
different. But yeah, I got Donnie too. He's in there, but
Oh, did you buy Donnie on at the Toy Fair as well?
Let me see. If I can get him.
Or did you already have him?
No, I got him there. Got him off Tony too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donnie's
He's
cool
probably
'cause
my
he's got the
Yeah.
headdress.
He's probably my favorite, eh? Like this is probably my favorite Donnie. You got the punk rock one, and this one here would probably be the best Donnie sculpt, I reckon. Like I just love the headrest.
Yeah.
I reckon it's so cool. But
It is.
I'm missing one weapon with him, but he's
Slam
missing
Duncan Donnie's a pretty good one as well, though, to be fair.
what if you want to stand him up?
Which one? What variant?
The worst Donnie to me, absolute worst, is sewer swimming. The wacky action.
Yeah. But all of them are horrible.
I've been meaning to ask you guys this, and this is a real nerdy vintage turtles question. I probably should save this for mutagens. But when it comes to sewer swimming Donnie and creepy crawling Splinter, so the two wacky action figures that are basically designed to like move horizontally, how do you display them? Do you stand them up and lean them, or do you display them lying down?
You don't own them.
No,
if you're sick, you need everything.
So they end up on the third shelf down, where you can barely see them at the back, standing but leaning, because they don't have peg holes either. There's nothing in their feet.
Really?
No, because they've got articulate, like they've got wind up, crawling feet or swimming feet. So yeah,
they need a belly button peg hole. They need a little belly button.
They're not fantastic figures. I might have to spotlight them.
Any turtles with pupils out of the vintage line scare the shit out of me. It doesn't. But I suppose that one there actually has pupils. He does. Whoops. Yeah.
Question for you, Dan: are those boglins on a land in the background, or are you just?
They are. I think I have to.
Oh boy.
I think they are. There's glow in the dark ones too. They're getting a bit too heavy.
So Jewel agrees that they're both hard to stand. And Jewel, while you're there, can you let me know if you're going to come to September Collecticon? I can bring you those cards I said I'd give you.
Yeah, that's pretty much all my pickups. Recent.
Nice. Well, I'm actually gonna show you something cool. So, what was it? The 1991. Where am I? I got a junkyard. So,
nice.
Yeah. So finally got a junkyard in the collection. Found one with his tongue. Can you guys tell me, does his tongue roll up or just stay there?
No, it doesn't. I mean, you can just like roll it up and close his mouth around it, but it's not like Tongue Lasher or like one of the Motu figures that actually has a roll up tongue.
That's what I thought. I'm like, is he supposed to suck it in? So if you don't know, Toxic Crusaders 1992, 91, Playmates. So it has all those beautiful Playmates popping colors, and what I call my dodgy collection, because I'm only going for the loose run, not going complete. So leaves me with Bonehead left over.
I encourage you to try and get some accessories, because to me, the Toxic Crusaders, they got a lot of glow in the dark accessories and different color, wacky looking weapons, and it just, even if you can just get a small couple to go with those figures, it definitely makes them look really cool.
I've got a few that have popped up here and there, and you know me, once I get the figures,
I
don't have anything left to do, so I start accessorizing. So
And
But,
also because there's only 9 figures in the line, so like
Yeah.
pretty soon you'll get the figures and you'll be like, where else do I go? And the vehicles are really pricey, so accessories are a good way to do it.
Yeah, no vehicles for me. Not on the and even these are harder to find these days. So, not seeing him at Collecticon that often. Not seeing people sell him. Used to be around for ages.
Was that a
Popping up
Collecticon fight?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was a good one that I didn't show last time. But I want to show these. All right. So I've been getting heavy into the Lord of the Rings figures from 2000, 2007 sort of thing. Now you got Aragorn. All right. So I'm going to show Aragorn. Does that look like Aragorn, guys?
I have no idea who Aragorn is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Come on, man.
Kind of, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember either.
Now have a look at the. This is how bad these figures got.
Dude, looks like he's been eating mud
That-
cake.
That hair is just like painted on. It's just like someone just got an extra bit and gave him a
The
little.
beard is.
Yeah. No,
That's
this
bad.
yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
strand of hair.
Yeah.
It's not sculpted.
No. So these figures are high articulation, like good articulation, legs, arms, knees, head, all that stuff. But they just put them in these weird like poses. This is like a rubber, and they're always in these like weird. They've all got this really bad action pose.
Look at that forearm. It's huge.
This thing's so bad.
That's just weird.
I do like the cape. I do like the. Is that flexible that you
Yeah,
can bend
but
in a different
It
shape?
gets gooey. It gets like, and I've cleaned all of these. Like it's one of the Orokai orcs. So these things like they look sick.
Detail's pretty crazy.
Yeah, detail crazy. If you get a good one, sometimes not on the human faces. Then you got like Legolas. So this is Orlando Bloom's character.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So he's the elf. But again, big waving cape, all rubber.
That's pretty cool.
So
But can you make it stay at one shape then? Like you can.
it is
the
just
rubber
one
cape?
shape. You can't change it.
Okay, so you can't flex it. Okay.
It gives you that sort of like he's shooting the arrow pose, and it's
Yeah.
yeah.
And the sword come out of the sheath and all that. Like,
Yeah, they're cool things. Like this is only a little sword, so yeah, they all have like swords, but even like little tiny ones. Like I don't know if you can even see that like that.
that's pretty cool.
Tiny,
Oh, shit.
easily losable things. The arrows, the bows have actually got real strings. So,
Oh,
like,
that's sick.
so like his sword is actually a full sword. The only problem collecting these figures for the series is you got 3 movies. You got the 3 movies, and all the characters are in all 3 of the movies. So they release them for the first movie, and they release them again for the second, and they release them again for the third. And a lot of the bits they've been mashed together. So you really just got to sort of get around that and just go, I only need one Legolas.
Did they update the figures or put them in different outfits, or did they just re-release
Slightly different outfits, but not enough for me to go.
Justify?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Did you
So,
pull them off card, Dean, or you bought them loose?
Bought them all loose. The only one I have
Yeah,
on card is
They came with their weapons.
the Treebeard one that I showed on the last live stream.
Yeah.
So again, that's something we talked about, just a one-piece representation of sealed in box to go with the collection.
The Lucy's,
But-
yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen Deadpool and Wolverine, which is a
Not the new
fantastic,
one,
funny movie. You don't have to know really anything about anything to enjoy that movie. But it got me thinking of some figures that I had, and I started wanting to look back and start picking up the Toy Biz X-Men figures. So I don't know if you boys have any of these or have any nostalgia for these guys. So this is Magneto, and he's an old like Spark one. So we have this
wow.
little hole in the front. He doesn't work anymore, but I tried him today, so I can hear it going. But you just a spark in there, so that'd be him like controlling it. Plus he has a cape. But it got me thinking.
What year was that, Dean?
So these are 90
Because I remember I had a Cyclops where its eyes lit up.
Toy Biz Marvel 92.
Yeah, it probably would have been same year era.
You
they
should
kinda-
get you should get the retro tinker to have a crack at restoring that sparking function.
Yeah, I reckon he'd be able to do it.
I reckon
But,
I have confidence in him.
I've got Colossus somewhere.
Probably just a Flynn.
So it's kind of like when you look at the DC superpower figures and then the X-Men, they fit so nicely, like head up to each other. But I know with the new X-Men cartoon, X-Men 97, that they're re-releasing all the figures in the cartoon retro style, but with high articulation. You are paying up for those figures, but they look they're quite nice. But I thought to myself, I'm going to start hunting down the few of just like the main sort of characters of the X-Men universe from that classic cartoon. You guys all watched the cartoon?
Yeah.
Back in
Yeah.
Never watched
the new one.
No, the 90s one.
I watched the originals. Yeah, I haven't watched the
Yeah.
new one.
And you didn't watch it, Scott?
No, I mean, I wasn't much into look. I liked Batman as a kid. I liked the original Batman films, and I remember dressing up as Batman and stuff like that. But I wasn't really into X-Men because I think when I discovered wrestling, like they were my super. Hulk Hogan was my Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ultimate Warrior was my whatever. Like so.
Your Wolverine.
My Wolverine, yeah. So I wasn't a big Marvel guy, kid. So
Well, it's got me. I've just gone back to the start of the cartoon, which is on Disney Plus. So just started that into season 2 now, and that music when it hits is so nostalgic. I just let it run. Go for it.
Have you seen the new one, Dean? The new series?
I haven't, not yet.
No.
That's why I thought I'd start at the start and just quickly catch up. Like there's not heaps of episodes, like 12 or 13 per season, I think.
Yeah.
But smash them out, and then I'll watch the new series there. But I actually want to show just some turtles. Now these are pretty bad turtles. These are 2012 turtles. This is Rocksteady. All right.
Yeah, wow.
And Rocksteady.
That's an official turtle.
That's an official Rocksteady. He came out like so far in the line, like he was like wave 15. He does, and you can't like really do anything with it. Like, yay. So I just wanted to show you some of these 2012 turtles. They got really bad. Now this one is probably the worst.
His eyes there, Dean. Are they just a different shade of grey? His eyes?
Yeah, they're kind of like a blue. He's got like a little blue.
Okay. Yeah, from that angle, it looks like it's the same grey.
Who's that?
Baxter.
Yeah. Baxter.
Only because NECA's releasing the same looking thing. That's the only reason I know.
It's a huge figure. Like, there's dog pound. So he's a big boy. But yeah, what a useless figure. That's just Baxter Stockman.
So he doesn't come out of that.
No, it's just his head. It's what he had first when he tried to fight before he became the Fly. I just wanted to show them as like pretty bad turtle figures from 2012, and yeah, I decided
teenagers are so angry
because they got horrible toys.
They got those turtles, man. What the hell?
I know, poor buggers.
So are you collecting them or
Yeah, so
even though they're horrible?
It's like his bootleg.
I got them for peanuts. That's the only reason I got them. But the 2012 line, I took the whole list, and they did it like the vintage turtles. They had the mutations, the wackies, all the different variants. Took all them out of the equation. Just went for those characters in there. Just one representation of each of those people. So probably only about 20 figures. I pretty much got. I think I need like 4 left. So it was just a way to get it. I took Andrew's advice and started picking things up that people weren't when it came to turtles.
What's crazy about is I've never seen those 2 figures.
No,
Never.
neither have I.
Ever, yeah.
Did they come with lots of accessories?
I would not know because I don't have any of them. But I know, like I'm just trying to have a quick look at my list. Like Rocksteady came out so far down the line. Yeah, so Rocksteady was like, oh, where is he? He's like wave 14. you had to go through 14 waves just to get Rocksteady.
Yeah, wow.
And he was I think he was Russian. He was very Russian.
That's like the vintage Rocksteady coming out in 2006.
And you're like, finally. But you had Bebop earlier. Horrible Bebop.
I'm assuming then that they did like waves per season and not per year like we used to get.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you back then, but I think so. So Bebop.
Oh, this one's got,
I think I prefer Rocksteady, to be honest.
Yeah. I think I've got that. I've got that one carded, actually. I've got that one
At least
carded.
Rocksteady looks tough.
Yeah.
Why are they different shapes?
Yeah, he's wearing the skinny jeans.
Like, what? Yeah, why is Bebop tiny? Like, he just.
Yeah.
I think they make like they made like cyberpunk looking.
But he has
so
wheels.
crazy.
He has a wheel in his back
Mm.
and wheels on his feet, so he glides. I don't know. I've watched the whole series. but
Lady Yeehaw, thanks for joining us, mate.
Couldn't tell you.
See you.
See you, bud.
That's
So I know
weird. The
Scotty,
skinny
you don't
legs.
have any pickups to show, Scotty, or something. But did you have anything you wanted to?
I don't have any pickups, but I will tell you I made 2 toys. As long as it's not, you know what? Maybe I can share. Maybe I can share a visual aid. So I made 2 toy purchases over the weekend, and they're both pretty indicative of where my collecting is going at the moment. Like, yeah, you know, I'm still collecting Turtles, and I'm still collecting WWF Hasbros, and I'm still collecting Kenner Real Ghostbusters. And Dita, before we went live, you floated the idea of what lines are we trying to complete. I'm not necessarily trying to complete Turtles, but because I don't want to go later, I don't want to go 93, 4, 5, etc. But you know, when it comes to a lot of the lines I collect, the big lines like the WWF Hasbros, I'd like to eventually complete them. It might take me 20 years, but we'll see. You know, and when it comes to the smaller lines like Dick Tracy and Skeleton Warriors and Bucky O'Hare, I'd like to complete them as well. But I do find myself going for the more obscure these days. You know, I'm going down my little gross out toys.
Yeah.
You know, I've been collecting my. G'day, Nate. I've been collecting my. I've been collecting my skateboard smack ups. I'm always on the hunt for Mad Balls. I'm always on the hunt for Food Fighters. I got my little Rude Ralph, which I've shown before, so I won't show that again. And I'm also going down like monsters. You know what I mean? Like this time. Last Halloween, I reviewed those Burger King toys, and that was just a fun thing to do. So, you know, and I like classic monster toys. So I made 2 toy purchases. G'day, Enz. I made 2 toy purchases over the weekend, and they're both sealed in box items. And when they arrive, I'll inevitably share them. But just because I feel left out because I got no pickups. So you guys know I did my skateboard smack ups video.
Yeah.
So,
I've been chasing them.
So basically, and look, this is the awesome. I'm trying to find them. Sorry, this is the awesome thing about like the community, you know, of us collectors is. So there's a gentleman named Lee, a collector in Melbourne who, you know, I don't really want to say his YouTube name because I think his YouTube name might be his surname, and then I've told you his name's Lee, so I don't want to put him all out there. But look, Matt from Keep On Collecting knows him. Lee visited Sydney a couple of months back, and we caught up at Alfie's Vintage Toys. It was the first time I'd met him. He's a champion bloke. Well, Lee's Melbourne-based, and he was in Lobos, and he messaged me on Instagram last week and said, "Oi, Lobos has," and I don't know if Matt from Keep On Collecting saw these because Matt was at Lobos last week. They had 2 carded skateboard smack ups figures.
Ooh.
And I didn't need both because I got the complete loose set, but I thought I do want one because, you know, as we discussed, Dino, like it's nice to have one carded representation.
Yeah.
And so basically I just said to Lee, whichever one's in better nick, just grab it. It looks like Roadkill Ronnie's in better nick, so we better grab him. And he's like, yeah, he's in better nick. So I had 3. Okay, well, there you go. So basically Lee has picked me up and I've fixed him up and he's posted it to me today. Basically a carded version of this guy, Ronnie Roadkill, the guy, you know, so skateboard smack ups. If anyone's watching this that aren't familiar, on my YouTube, I got a review. You know, I reviewed the full line and we had some fun with it. But basically, 12 characters riding skateboards, being brutally and generally fatally injured. Ronnie Roadkill's a bit tame. He's just basically got his head up the arse of a dead raccoon, which is fun. But the super interesting thing about the carded version of this figure is it has a kids biz sticker on it. Now, I don't know if that rings a bell to you guys, but Kids Biz were basically an Australian toy importer. They released some Batman stuff around Batman 89. But basically, it proves that these did in fact make it to Australia because these have basically imported by Kids Biz stickers on the card. So it's it's almost like a little piece of toy history, because in my Skateboard Smack Ups video, I spoke about how the fact that the Australian consumer consumer council basically in 1990 banned them for importation in Australia. So obviously a very small number of them did make it here via Kids Biz. So I've got a carded Ronnie Roadkill coming my way, which is awesome. And you know the crazy thing, say what you want about Lobo's Collectibles, like, I love that place. The selection is fantastic. The amount of rare stuff they have is crazy. But I don't think they would mind me saying that what they're not typically known for is bargains. Because when you're talking about the toy mecca of Australia, a store that basically goes to great lengths to import a lot of really, really cool, desirable, rare stuff. Obviously, it's a bricks and mortar store. They've got to price it accordingly. But my little carded Skateboard Smack Ups, $39, which to me is a good bargain.
That's heaps good.
So,
wow.
When it's so hard to find them loose.
Matt's saying there was 3. Lee told me there was 2. But look, if anyone's interested in Skateboard Smack Ups and you want 1 or 2 carded figures for $39 a piece, go to Lobo's.
It might be 2 less now.
So that's that one. I just wanted to share that with you. And speaking of Lobo's, if you guys are watching this and you're interested, definitely keep an eye out on Keep On Collecting, because Matt did a quick video there. So looking forward to seeing that. I'll quickly share the other thing that I picked up over the weekend. And again, this is going to have a whole video around it. But maybe you guys have heard me talking about this before. I might share my screen. That might be a little bit more engaging than me just talking, because
I'm just going to say 80s kid to the max. I'll come back to your question because I do want to touch on that.
Alrighty, I'll be pretty quick. Take your time. I want to get in on the pickups though. So let me know if you can see that, Dino.
Yep, ready?
Yep. So this isn't my listing. This is just another. I've just grabbed an example. So I picked up one of these on the weekend. That's not very. But basically, Matchbox in 1989 under the brand Max Effects released basically an action figure named Max Effects, who through the magic of costume effects turns into Freddy Krueger. And the whole concept behind this was, it's not so much a Freddy Krueger doll so much as some ordinary dude named Max who's a makeup effects wizard who basically it comes with everything you need to transform him into Freddy Krueger. So it comes with the mask and the
like a cosplay doll.
It really is
different.
And what's interesting about this is
Zazel.
G'day, Zazel. So this was a concept that was originally conceived to be part of a series. And if you look at the back, let me show you the back of the box. So I don't know if you guys can see on the back of the box there. Here's some of the other ones. So basically, Matchbox officially licensed this to Universal Monsters. So they were going to release a Frankenstein and they were going to release a Dracula and also an alien xenomorph. So these were officially licensed. And as you can see here, Max Effects, it's very much about, so this was sort of catered to the 80s kids that were interested in like makeup and costume effects in movies, especially horror movies, which really was the sort of stuff that I was into as a kid. I didn't really know about this as a kid because I don't know if they made it to Australia. But as you can imagine, a kid's toy you know, they probably led with the wrong one in Freddy Krueger, because this basically got torched by parents groups, and in the end, we never got the other Max Effects dolls and outfits. And
wow.
I've wanted, and it's got some interesting. There's some
So they
interesting.
weren't made?
No, these ones were never
Oh.
never anything more than prototypes. So
Wow.
between the interesting toy history and what's actually a pretty cool toy, I've been on the hunt for one of these for ages. They're quite easy to find in the US, but for some reason they're just really, really, really difficult to find here. My last resort was Matt going to Lobo's, and he asked, and Lobo's had one 6 months ago, but you know, no more since. So over the weekend, I bit the bullet. I found a nice price on one in the US, and postage wasn't too ridiculous, which is good. So that is on its way to me. And I'm hoping to receive it in time to make a little Halloween video. And just like I did with those Universal Monsters Burger King toys last Halloween, this thing is sealed, but I'm going to bust it open and you know, review the toy and also go into a little bit of that toy history.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see how they were going to do the Xenomorph, like the costume, how that would have worked. Would have been like a bolt-on thing, or would have been like took the shirt off and it was already under it?
I think it would have been like just individual costume pieces, probably individual, you know, probably like a pair of pants essentially, and like a shirt and a helmet. You know what I mean?
That's a crazy one out of the other. Like the other three are pretty cool, but like to do that with the tail and everything, it'd be
but it's kind of interesting because, you know, the way this was intended was not so much a Freddy Krueger doll, so much as like, here's how in the movies they turn an actor into Freddy Krueger through costume and makeups, but costume and makeup. But the fact is, like, parents just saw, oh, this is a Freddy Krueger doll, and just like they're just like, this isn't cool. You know what I mean? So, it's interesting.
Is this an adult purchase, or you knew about this and had nostalgia for it?
No, I did not. I didn't know about this. I think this might have been like an Ed's Retro Geek Out discovery years and years ago. But this is one that's like I've been on the lookout for ages. I saw and I filmed one at Collecticon maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I think it was about $150, and I thought, oh, that's a bit much. And really, that's, by the time I factor in postage and GST, that's the ballpark of what I've paid. I probably, in hindsight, should have grabbed that one from Collecticon, but it is what it is.
That's pretty cool, man. That is,
So
that's nice thinking ahead.
It's
make a video for Halloween.
It's interesting. Like I said, you know, and Matt made a comment about how the longer we collect, the harder it becomes to find things at Collecticon. I'm just finding between my collection filling up of the more common stuff and my interests going into little rabbit holes of more niche vintage toys. I'm having to look on eBay more and more than, you know, more and more. So, but it's all having fun, you know. So it's all.
Well, that goes straight into this comment I wanted to come back from 80s Kid to the Max, but also a question that I asked you guys just to think of before. So we'll kind of have that as our like last sort of topic to round out the night. And it was like, what line do you want to complete 100%? So it could be a line that has 4 figures with accessories. It could be a line that has 50 figures with vehicles and all that. And also taking this comment here, is there any lines that you got a fatigue for, and you're putting in the back seat and going, no, I can't do them anymore. I've got to focus on something else.
Who wants to lead us off?
I'll go first. With the fatigue, nah, not really. I'm pretty focused. That's why I really stick to only like maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 things, you know, to collect. But so I don't really get fatigued from it too much. I get fatigued. My wallet gets fatigued. But
Fugglers.
That's another story, you know. I suppose Fugglers, but I'm not collecting that. It's a missus. So I'll let her have a shine. But with the completing a set collection, I'd love to say Beetlejuice, but I think it's going to be ridiculously hard to fully complete that.
If that's a goal that you want to have?
It would be a goal, but I think it's going to be very hard to be doable in Australia. If I had to say one I reckon would be easy to complete, and I've seen others complete it, would be probably, and I love the sculpts, would be Skeleton Warriors.
Ooh,
And I don't have a single one yet, so, but yeah, that'd be.
That's a good start.
I'm off to a good start with them, so. But yeah, no, like because that was a very limited run. Like I don't know if Scotty knows off the top of his head how many figures there are, but it's what 10 maybe.
Yeah.
12?
Yeah, about
Something like
10, I'd say.
Yeah, so
But it's a
that's
Playmates
probably-
line. It's a Playmates
Yeah.
line, which means that each figure came with about 6 or 7 weapons.
Yeah.
And they came with little skeletons. Some of them came with little skeleton sidekicks, and it's
I have
you know,
to complete it.
yeah. So
Very hard. But yeah, that's probably it, like Beetlejuice would be the number one thing I'd love to complete because I just loved some of the actions the figures have where the guy's head slides down his shoulder and it's just
And
cool.
You don't see them. You just don't see them.
You
Or
know,
you find
and
them.
knowing like there's not a lot of information out there to know. Like I haven't found a lot of websites that's going to tell me exactly what everyone has with it unless I'm looking at card backs and stuff like that. So it's very hard to see out in the wild what's missing and what's not.
Keep on collecting, saying they could help out with Skeleton Warriors.
He's got heaps.
What about-
Scott and Matt have completed both theirs, so it's
not
doable.
quite. Not quite.
Oh, you've got a couple of accessories, don't you?
No, I need. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. So, Skeleton Warriors is definitely one for me that I would like to complete. You know, for Skeleton Warriors, we're talking about maybe 8 to 10 figures, a vehicle, a horse, and that's it. You know, one wave of figures, a vehicle, and a horse. My vehicle needs one accessory. I've got a figure that needs maybe 3 or 4 accessories. Like I picked him up from Freaky Deaky Toys just with, I think, maybe 2 weapons, and he's missing the other 3 or something like that. And then I've got one figure that I don't have. But then I do have the collector's case, which is wicked. So
yeah, that's a rarity.
That's one that I'm definitely keen to complete for sure. And to me, that's a realistic one. Like, I don't know that I'll find the accessories I need. It might just be a case of buying a second figure complete and just like shifting the other one. But Skeleton Warriors is definitely.
What about the states are usually good for just picking up an accessory, especially if you want to eBay it.
Yeah, true. That's true.
A lot of the things I say, even with Beetlejuice on even the States too, a lot of it's like you get a bundle of figures. Half of them are missing their head or their accessory, like not just accessories, they're missing their body pieces.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said on one of the last streams, I found a Japan one and it was all carded figures, but they were yellowed as hell. And it was still a good chunk of coin, but I was really contemplating it. I was just like, I'll save the card, but I don't care if the bubble's yellow. So
yeah,
but
do you need answering himself? There we go for everyone else. What about you, Scree? What about you, Scree? I don't think we did. We'll come back to you, Scotty.
Yeah, with the fatigue, not really, because I'm only still new to collecting, so like I haven't got that fatigue for any like series or any like line yet.
With that background, you're new.
Yeah. Newish, okay.
The green room.
Green room. But I feel like not fatigue, but a little bit like overwhelmed with some things, like the new sort of Mutant Mayhem line. Like they're kind of pumping that out now quite quickly. And it's like, well, hold on. We're not even getting them that fast. So I was like, slow down a second, let me catch up, those kind of things. But yeah, because like I said, only new to the collecting, there's no real fatigue. For a line to complete, I think I want to do like the spawn. I want to sort of try and go down, like, because there is like, as you can see, there is the series, and it shows you all the series on each card back, so you can sort of like tick off which one you want. I
spend a lot of time on the web looking at series of figure lines and working out what I have. But just when you just showed that card back, it's just so much nicer to see it on a card back.
It really is. Like when you go,
all just listed.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, that's series 1, series 2, series 3, you know, so this is series 4. It's pretty cool.
We know Enzo's here. And I will come back to your other comment, Enzo.
But yeah, I think I will, if for like to complete kind of like a series or like just a set, would be the spawn. go from there, and then move
Cool
on.
figures.
They're very cool figures. Yeah, very tempting to open some up, but I don't know. Maybe.
So Enzo did say about X-Men. I did talk a little bit before you got here that I was just getting into after seeing Deadpool and that. I thought I'd start having a look at more of the Toy Biz X-Men. And I know Matt's saying he's got a lot of them. So not something I'm going to go for 100%. That's not on my list. On my list is the Monsters in My Pocket Series 1, which I know Scotty has completed that in its entirety. It's an easier one. It's achievable. There's no accessories. It's just the figures themselves. But I guess the accessory part that I'm enjoying collecting alongside it is the cards. Those cards that go with those Monsters in the Pocket. The other thing I'm looking to collect is Star Trek Voyager on card. So again, there's not many of these. There's probably like 30. And I've only got like 4 to go. They don't pop up in Australia very much, especially Harry Kim, the ensign in the line. He's never in Australia, and he's in America, but I've got to pay up for him quite a lot. But that's sort of my carded complete. I want those Voyager figures. So I'm getting pretty close.
What do you think that was, Dean, with that character?
Oh man, I don't know, because there's no one to talk to about it either. Like I don't have anyone else that really gets into Star Trek, and I've got tubs of the Next Generation figures and all the other different movie lines for the Star Trek. It's so cheap, it really is. Like those figures, $10.
Yeah,
like
wow.
you find them, and they're Playmates. They're good figures. We had them all open when we were a kid. My dad bought them all. We had the big Enterprise, and we still got it, the big Enterprise D playset, which is like a 360 over top view playset. Love to do a video on that. But yeah, so we got to do a lot of Star Trek play, and that's just what made me think I'm going to start collecting these on card because they're just so damn cheap. But look,
Was that character a main character, or like just like
he was part of the main characters in the main line, but I just don't know.
Wasn't as popular, maybe.
I haven't really heard why he's not that achievable. I have him in another sort of box set, but he's a different figure.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'm going for 100% completion is my Street Sharks, but it's 100% completion without accessories. So loose figures. There are so many of them there.
You never see Street Sharks with accessories, eh?
Detolf takes up the whole Detolf, including the top for the vehicles. So I've got 1 to go. So if anybody out there in the universe has Series 1 Jab Brown, please contact me because I've been chasing him for a few years now.
Quick question on Street Sharks, Dean. I got Slamu. It's the only one we got with the boxing gloves. Was his accessory just his teeth?
Yeah, there was a mouth guard,
metal jaw sort of thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to track down the accessories for the Street Sharks? Because not all the figures came with accessories. Like it's
look, they cost. Sometimes they cost as much as the figure themselves. So
you never see them with the.
I mean, because I could see you've got a lot of already that have accessories. I don't know, like.
No, I've only got. These are the Night Fright ones. So these are probably more expensive, hard to get figures. Last wave.
Accessories, just his glasses.
Yeah, so his glasses, and I think he had one more accessory as well. But again, the Sharks are just a resculpt. They just keep resculpting.
Because a lot of the time they don't. Do they ever hold a weapon? Like some of them do. Okay.
Yeah, like you got. Pool cue.
I know one's got a guitar, doesn't he? One's got like a guitar.
Yep, guitar, pool cue. They got chains and bombs and things like that. So a lot of them do come with accessories. But they, like I said, you'll see one pop up on eBay and it'll be just as or more than the actual figure themselves.
Well, Nate's got a metal jaw. We can do something. We can like rent it. We can swap it back and forth.
Yeah.
One have it for a month, one have it for another month. Be like a custody battle.
Legend of the Lone Ranger. That's definitely a Matthew line, 100%. And I love that someone loves Star Trek, the Mego line. Oh God, yes.
Migos are funny.
Tinker's got metal jaw, but no figure. I've got the metal jaw from
Slam
which one?
it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Boston one.
I'm gonna have to do a video on Star Trek. I think there's a bit of love. There's a bit of love there. But guys,
And it's a huge series.
That's sort of wrapping us up, guys. We're only going to go for about an hour and a half. Have a bit of fun. Hope you have. Show some toys. A lot of people hanging out with us. So thank you all. Just to wrap up, what do you guys got going on in the next week or so? Anything? Anything this weekend?
No, not really.
Not a great deal, mate. Not a great deal.
Even that money.
I think I'm going to sit there and binge watch the new Turtle series out on.
I've got to get back in one. I tried one episode.
It is difficult, eh? Like I got up to 3 episodes.
I don't know.
A bit different to watch.
I think I've just got to throw myself into it. It's just it is a different watch. It's
Because
just
of the
really
animation
hard when you see
The animation is like really busy and it's really out there. So it's like one you sort of like you can't relax to it because you kind of it's just all over the shop. So it's like, whoa, that's a lot. So yeah,
it's full on.
It is full on. Yeah.
Kids' eyes.
I didn't mind the episode, but it was just it's so hard when you're used to watching, like I said before, the '88 series, and then you go watch the new one. You're like, it looks better back in the day, but it's like when I watched an interview of Kevin Eastman. He goes, you got to look at it like a comic book sort of thing. It's kind of like comic book sketch sort of artwork, and that's how I looked at the movie, and I kind of enjoyed the movie. So, but hey, it's more turtles. There's nothing like more turtles.
That's it.
I was talking about Saturday. Nothing we want to plug on Saturday?
Oh, yeah. We got
I saw it click.
So Mutagens are going to be changing this month, and we're going to be on Saturday night at 9:30, guys. So we've got a special guest all the way from America. He's
not Kevin Eastman.
Huh?
It's not Kevin Eastman or Peter Lard.
Yeah, we got Kevin Eastman. But we got Dave from Dimension X Toys, who does a lot of like customs, digital customs. Check out his Instagram. He's done some pretty cool work. He's done a 33-inch Krang, painted up. Yeah, it looks unbelievable. So we're gonna have him on for an hour and a half and just talk shop, and then do a little stint at the end with some San Diego Comic-Con new stuff coming out. So bit of sewer news.
I'm glad Dino was paying attention because that completely
It's been a long week, man.
As long as one of us are professional. But yes, special Saturday night edition of the Mutagens, just as a one-off. Just to help work with a guest in the States. So Saturday night edition this Saturday 9:30. And then from September back to our usual Monday evening time slot. But thank you, Dino.
That's all right. I'm trying to plug it here without plugging it.
Oh, anyway, God, we were giving you nothing. Jesus, come on, guys.
For myself, couple new videos I've filmed. So keep on collecting for Newcastle is going to be coming out hopefully after this weekend or possibly this weekend. And I've done a few others. Off to Canberra next weekend. So I get to go back to the vintage, the Canberra Vintage Collectible Centre.
Sorry.
So, looking forward to that. But, thank you guys
for joining us.
Yep, everyone will be there. So, hopefully see you guys there. Just want to appreciate everyone for jumping in. Thank you guys for doing this and hanging out for a bit on Monday night.
Thanks for having us.
Check these guys, Scott's YouTube, Scree and Dan, that way. Sorry, both on their Instagrams and all that. So go check them out. I think Scree, you're like 3,000 plus followers, mate. So good on you, buddy. Good on you.
I posted like crazy, like when I first started. That's why, I went full on.
That's all right, mate. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
Check out Maddie's chat before we leave.
What do we got?
I don't
Mate,
think he would.
I've had words with him, but I don't think he will.
Unless
Tony
he's
doesn't
seven
know.
boys.
I definitely have plans for other chats. So yeah, just as I organise them, I'll keep them coming. But yeah, thank you everyone in the chat. Appreciate you hanging out on Monday night, and thank you boys. We'll sign
Take
off.
it easy, guys. Catch you on
Mwah.
Saturday.